Hello there, everybody. We'll be getting started here shortly. I'm just getting situated and ready. Let me know when you're here. We'll get started shortly, guys. Hello, Unique. Happy Mother's Day. We'll be starting shortly. I'm just getting the set ready. I just shared to some communities, so getting the word out.
Vibration upgrade in progress. 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 Vibration upgrade at 50%. Vibration upgrade in progress. Vibration upgrade in progress. Vibration upgrade at 75%. Vibration upgrade in progress. Vibration upgrade in progress. Vibration upgrade is complete. Your messenger has arrived. The show will begin in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Initiate.
Well, hello, everybody. Happy Mother's Day. I hope everybody has enjoyed their weekend. If you notice here, I also am celebrating Mother's Day with my mother. She's actually has passed away for quite some time, but she's here in spirit. Her birthday was actually on Friday as well, on the 8th, which actually happens to be National Heavenly Mothers recognition, which I thought was kind of interesting that her birthday fell on that. But I hope you guys are all doing well. Welcome back, Bernadette. Hello, Unique. I saw you a little here earlier. Welcome back, Shirley. Guys, we're not just here on YouTube. We're also on Twitch and Facebook, so don't be shy. Let me know that you are here. I'm not sure how many people we're going to get in here tonight or how many moderators we're going to have because it is Mother's Day. All right. Everybody needs a day off. I get it. But we're going to get situated here and get started. I just want to make sure that I'm sharing here properly. Yeah, I am. Friday was your baby girl's birthday as well. That's awesome. That's amazing. Happy birthday. Hello. Welcome back, Nafa. Happy Mother's Day to you. Should be a very chill live today. I know that I spent most of my morning relaxing. I hung out with my parents virtually on FaceTime and got to chit chat with them a little bit. I'm blessed to have an amazing stepmother. So we got to connect this morning and just been keeping it pretty much in the download, hanging out with my kitties today. I've been just wanting to relax a little bit. And I don't typically have Sundays off since I'm usually working here and here with you guys. But we are here now, and we're going to get started here with astrology news here for the week. And honestly, there isn't as much going on, even though it's because we've been harping on a lot of the stuff that's been going on for quite some time. But we still have the big news here is that we still have Pluto in retrograde in Aquarius, and that's going to continue, guys, this has started on May 6th, so it's going to continue until October. But one of the cool things you can check out and look at, and this is what I was doing while I was highlighting and looking at astrology, because again, I'm not an astrologist. I love astrology and I respect astrologists. But I like to look at not just Western, but Vedic as well. But for Vedic, one of the cool things that you can check out is where your house, what house Aquarius actually rules in your chart, and whether Pluto is near any natal planets, because that's really going to showcase and give you some more directions on where, because retrogrades are all about internalizing, where things are transforming for you in the Pluto energy. So, and this will give you some more depth here in the shadow work. And you know me as a shadow priestess, I love to do shadow work, so that you can see some of the truths that are unveiling here in that time period as well. Mercury also is in Taurus, and that's going to be till the end of the week before it moves over to Gemini next week. So that energy we mentioned again last week, to that it was going to move from the stable sign of Taurus to the quick thinking Gemini. So we'll probably see a lot more increased communication and curiosity with Mercury and that switch. So we'll probably be a little bit in a shadow period of that. We also have on Saturday the Taurus new moon, and that's going to peak around 4 p.m. Eastern time. And that's the second new moon, guys, in the spring equinox here. And so new moons are often connected to fresh starts, reflection, and, well, a new cycle. So this Taurus energy definitely will encourage grounding and self-worth and body care and home and simplifying what feels, well, simply overwhelming. So that's what we have for astrology news. Let's get into the collective energy here. We're going to get to it. Hello, Christina. Welcome back. Happy Mother's Day to you as well. Hello, Papa. Welcome on Twitch. Thank you for supporting Twitch. I do appreciate it. Guys, we are slowly but surely building our Twitch following over there. It's been slow, but I've been really enjoying the community over there. So don't be shy if you're on Twitch. Say hello to us. Hello, Kayla. Welcome back. Guys, we're going to get started here for the collective energy. So for those of you who are new, like I said, you're going to want to check your sun, moon, rising, and Venus for the most messages. The week ahead covers everything. It's not just romance. So if you're looking for specifically those detailed romance readings, well, go check out the playlist and come back when I have love nights, because we have plenty of them. We just had one on Friday. So if you missed Friday's live, go check out the All Signs Love one for that. And we have singles night coming up this Tuesday. So that's all scheduled out for you on YouTube. You can literally see the schedule for the week ahead. Hello, Ellen from Facebook. Happy Mother's Day to you as well. All right, let's roll the dice. We're going to roll the dice here and see what archetype from the faded dice here is here with us. Let's call in our guides, our ancestors, and our ascendant masters. Spirit, if we can hone in to my collective, whether they're here live or watching the replay, what archetype are we embodying here this week? Didn't we get the Seeker last week? I feel like we did. The Seeker has been coming up quite a lot. But we also have the Witness here and the Liberator with a 2 and a 5. But 7s are all about reflection. And that's what we are gaining here, guys, with the Seeker this week. So if we did have this energy last week, it's just kind of going into that. It's going into that. There's a lot of timelines for us collapsing. A nostalgia, memories, but things where we get a different perspective on. And that is going to be absolutely here key, because with the 2, the embodiment, because it's not just the keeper here we have this week. We also have the witness here as well, is to be able to see the other side, the other perception. Why? Well, with a 5 here, there's something that's going to break apart, old patterns. And again, this could be also be resurfacing here very nicely with astrology with that new moon that's coming in place. So we have the seeker here. The seeker is going to play in all of our readings here. We're going to keep the seeker right in this corner. Usually my face is there, but today I am off camera. But we have my mama here. So she will be here in she's prettier to look at anyway. All right. Now that we have the seeker here, Spirit, what else is going on for us? What else is going on for us? Thank you, Joel. I appreciate it. Oh, enemy, collective. Be careful who you share your energy with, for you live in a world with both darkness and light. Well, duality is here. We have the witness here, right? But man, sometimes we can be our own worst enemy. We can, all right? There could also be a negative mindset here, old belief systems. Remember, I stated that it was coming in here as the message here of old belief systems. So it doesn't necessarily mean externally we have an enemy. Sometimes it's the way we view things as well, which keeps us stuck. All right. Now that we know who we are embodying this week, let's see how we're showing up this week. Remember, no reversals on initial story play. The 7 of Swords. Interesting. We come up here with a sneaky card, a hidden card here. Now, I'm not saying we're doing something here deceitful, but we may be hiding in the shadows. Interesting. In the shadows. I'm not saying that all of us are all of a sudden dodging somebody, but maybe there's something here where we're not really wanting to look at face. It could be that. Okay. Sometimes even when we omit things, it's creating a lie. Even a white lie is a lie, taking away information here. But this is how we're showing up, very secretive. And that makes sense because the keeper is very secretive. It's that hermit energy that meets the cosmos here, is that going into the inner depths. What's a challenge for us this week? What is the challenge for us this week? Oh boy, here we go. The Lovers, Gemini energy. Now we do have Mercury going in Gemini after the 17th, so earlier next week, but Gemini energy is typically very quick thinking, but this is the card here, the original card here of choice, compromise, the ability here to come together. And so this is going to be a challenge here to see eye to eye with either another or with a memory, something that may be haunting us as well. All right. What are our breakthroughs here this week? The Queen of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy. Or our breakthroughs here comes in with our confidence, with our creativity, with our inspiration. It's how we, this is how we're showing up, but this is about the actions that we take with confidence. So once we decide how we will show up, meaning we come out of the darkness, we have to do it with confidence. And that is how the universe is supporting us. Absolutely. So these cards are all going to be pulled into each individual reading. We're going to start with Taurus first. We usually have auntie horoscope messages here, but in place of that, with my mother here, and she's, I'm a medium, I have channeled with her this morning. And so we're pulling in Inga for our motherly messages. So you all are going to get a little bit of a motherly message. My mom was probably the best person here. She could talk to anybody. She was probably greatest with strangers. Everybody loved her. When she was home, she was all right. When she was out with strangers, she was, everybody loved her. But she always had solid advice here to give. So we're going to be pulling in some Inga advice here this week's energy. So let's get to it. Taurus is up. Who's got Taurus in their chart? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Happy Mother's Day to you too, Debbie. Taurus, how you feeling going into this week? Reversals are officially up. We have the 10 of coins here. Reversed. I almost feel this pang of loneliness, but also this need here to rest. Rest your mind when it comes to there's an energy here, and we're going to see what external influence is, but how you're feeling right now is alone and secluded, and you may be doing that to protect yourself. Oh, the devil. Yeah. Who's that? Capricorn energy. Two stories here. If this is not a particular individual here that you are not seeing eye to eye with, and you are looking for some closure, externally, this is kind of haunting you in the environment when you go walking through it. So this could be something to do with work. This could be something to do with family, or, those places that you typically go with this individual. Now, for those of you, if this is not a particular external influence of another individual, and it's something here that is triggering you in an action that an individual does this week, well, it could hit home really, really hard. It could bring up old belief systems here. Yeah. What's the integration of this here for Taurus? Yeah, the 2 of Wands here reversed. All of your energy is almost zapped by this. There's a recovery period here. You're not so inspired here to do a lot this week. I feel like for you, Taurus, there is some pangs here of loneliness or being not heard or understood. But also watch it, because there was something here that that you were supposed to take action to this week. And I see you kind of reverting back and saying it's not time. You are trusting your intuition on that. But with the 2 of Wands here reversed, there's something here about a change of direction, a change of time. Maybe you thought you were over a situation here, and now you're really reflecting on it. Let's see how you're responding to this. How is Taurus here responding to this 8 of Cups? So this is something here you're emotionally letting go this week. There's some moodiness. I don't sugarcoat. I don't. Right? Maybe there was an overdrive or obsession to get something done or prove a point this week. You're not going to do that. I do see that you're emotionally realizing that part of you needs to, change. And let's see what the bigger opportunity is here for you, Taurus. What's the bigger opportunity here for you? Look at this, the 7 of Wands. Look how it's this energy of grabbing, like stand back. There's some anger here that is influencing this, but I feel like it's more frustration, because it's this like feeling that you should be over someone or over an event, or over a version of you that keeps following a certain pattern. Maybe there's fear here of rejection. What's the greater opportunity here? Rest. I knew it. Listen, if you need to take a day off this week, or if you get triggered, It's okay because we all get triggered, but there's someone here in particular that is going to trigger you, and it's going to hit an old wound. Whatever this old wound is, it could be a memory, it could be an action that somebody did to you, but whatever it is, it's going to derail you from your plans. But also, you know that you cannot push through this. This is not a week here to push through it. It's to emotionally feel. You're going to be defensive of this because I feel like you got a busy week here, or there's something that you have plans to do and it's not falling in the plans here like you want it to do. Advice for you, and then we'll get your motherly advice. Advice for you. Listen, I'm telling you, you're going to be fighting this. All right. There's a light and there's a dark side to this with the 5 of Wands. There's conflict. There's confrontation here this week. There's that devil. All right. Whether this is physically with an individual or a memory that is something that triggers an old memory, this is not for you to obsess on it. There's something here that is asking you to release it here for you. Taurus, your motherly advice from Inga. Stop talking yourself out of resting. Just because everybody else is moving fast, some of you have been in surviving mode for too long. Let it be easy for once. I think it's hard for this Taurus to let go. All right. That's what I got here for you, Taurus, this week. If this resonated, go ahead and hit like, comment below. Don't forget, there's always more messages on the other side. And don't forget, we also have the All Sign mid-month check-ins happening this week. That is over at Harmonia Friends Community, where they get access to the mid-month check-ins. But because you are the birthday sign, you guys will be having a premiere this week. So please keep in mind to look out for the premiere. And that's going to be posting on Thursday. Let's get to Gemini. You're welcome, Ellen. Guys, don't forget, we got a target. We got a target to hit over on YouTube. It's not over on Twitch or Facebook. It is on YouTube. So if you are on YouTube, go ahead and hit that target. A small donation. If we get 5 small donations, you will unlock the collective Zodiac dice reading. We always get 1, but it's another chance here for more readings if you need more insight. You never know what's going to roll. All right. Let's get to it. You're loving my mom's messages. Gemini is up. Thank you for holding the fort over there. Debbie's holding the fort over here. And Papa too. Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Let's see what's going on for Gemini this week. Reversals are now up. Gemini, how you feeling going into this week? Man, a lot of fear coming out this week. So you too are also being triggered this week. It's not saying that you're coming out of it. It's something that it's not going to be everlasting for you, but it has to do, gosh, yeah, and the 9 of Swords here with that 7 of Swords. It has to do with, it's showcasing me the 2 of Swords in this. You'd like me to do math. It has to do with unfinished business or not being capable this week here to decide. A decision here needs to be made. Oh, gosh, here we go. Look at all these swords. Someone here is anticipating an answer from you. And I feel the need here to not answer this week. You trust your own intuition here. I think there's some nervousness here saying that, they need an answer, a yes or no, like today. Yeah, but it feels extremely risky. You're also very unbalanced. I feel that your fears are genuine, but you need some time here to process it. This is a big leap for this Gemini here. Whether this person here is asking you to open up, if somebody here is being vulnerable with you, if somebody is demanding an answer from you because it's a big change, it could be a big career change, it could be a big decision financially, it could be anything really, but it's a big decision. And there's an individual here who is waiting for an answer from you. Yeah. Now, some of you, this could have to do with accepting an apology or accepting forgiveness. It's interesting because this is a big deal. But others of you, it's accepting a big offer. You feel like some of you may feel like there's strings attached to this offer. Yeah. If you're showing up as a Seven of Swords, you're not necessarily showcasing to this individual your feelings externally. Thank you, Shirley, for making the first donation. I appreciate it. Greater opportunity here for you this week. Page of Cups. Interesting. Now, this Page of Cups is different because, I'm really looking at this intuitively as an intuitive for the artwork. I know what the meaning of it is for structural meaning. But, the greater opportunity here has to do with your inner child. And I feel like this Gemini here was an individual here who probably got scolded for coloring outside of the lines or being inside the box. And there's something here where you may feel excited to be outside of the box, And so this is putting you back in the box. And so you're looking at that and going, well, it's not going to really allow me some freedom here emotionally. How I used to be. There's expectations here that are tied to this. Okay. Greater opportunity this week for you regarding this situation. Man, you got the Seeker here again. We got the Hermit. The Hermit here is reversed. I just say you don't have to answer this week. Something here feels not only off, there's genuine fear here about going into, I almost feel like that it's not just going through a forest. You don't feel prepared for this. And so there's something that says, no, there's something lurking in there. There's something hidden in that agenda. It feels like an agenda to lure you in. Virgo energy. Someone may be luring you in with a fake apology or luring you in with high expectations, but be playing it off as small. But you are at this motion here of doing something more freely. Interesting. Okay. I'm not saying this person's an enemy, but it's definitely something here that it needs to be looked upon here. Look at this. Your advice here for the 10 of Wands. You have genuine concern for this because what you are carrying, this would be way too much. These actions here, there's something where the part that you would have to play. And right now, your hands are super, super tied. So you may have a lot of responsibilities, or this just feels like an extra responsibility and not necessarily something that can be as easy as an offer or a gift. Yeah, the Emperor. The Emperor has to make tough decisions. If that's your advice card here, listen. Spirit's saying, know how much you can carry. And if something feels fishy here to you, make a strategic move. And the strategic move here, I feel, is to wait. Give something some time here to feel into it, or put a timeline against this if you need to feel it out, negotiate. Negotiation is up on the table if you do this right. Remember, your breakthrough here is with that Queen of Wands energy here. For something successful, you have to be confident with this move here in trusting your intuition. Your motherly message here from Inga is this, Gemini. You do not need to answer every message. Fix every misunderstanding or explain yourself in exhaustion. Some people understand you just fine. They just want access. So be careful. There are some individuals here who just want access to you this week. All right. That's what I got here for you, Gemini. If this resonated, go ahead and hit like, comment below. Don't forget, there's always more messages on the other side at Harmonia Friends Community. And if you're looking to book a private reading, you most certainly can over at my website. Cancer is up. Let's give a shout out here to Shirley, who put in the first donation here for the afternoon. We are now four donations away from unlocking the collective bonus here for this live show. That'll do it. Cancer is up. Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Cancer, how you feeling going into this week? Remember, reversals are now up. They will be affected by that row. Ooh, drained. Cancer needs some tender, loving care this week. The Mother card is here. The Empress, usually the one who is nurturing, puts so much time and devotion to others, but knows how to put time and devotion into themselves as too. But this feels like a Cancer here who feels burdened this week. You got a lot of responsibilities. Let's see the external influence of this. Oh God. Is no one picking up their weight this week? Are you the only one who's cleaning the house this week? Are you the only one who's working in the office this week? I just feel dumped on. I feel completely dumped on. I think that you're keeping quiet about it right now, but I feel this energy of bitterness. Gosh. This sucks because this Cancer feels like they can't take certain actions that they want to do. So they are a little bit livid, but there's also this little bit resentment here of taking on too much. Now, some of you, the resentment here is, let's say you had a bad relationship and the other person is doing really, really well, but you're left with the emotional baggage to stick with. This is a week here where it's just frustrating, and that could be have to do with that internal emotions with that Pluto retrograde going on here. But I just feel a little bit annoyed that there's not a lot of appreciation here for Cancer this week around your vicinity in people. You may be focusing a little bit more and we can do this. Try to add appreciation here. I'm not telling you what to do, but if you start switching it a little bit, you'll start seeing the vibrations change around you. But there's just this energy of you're tired of being the bigger person, tired of picking up the pieces. I don't have time for me. Well, that needs to change. It does. It just simply needs to change. And I feel very fed up this week. Yeah, the Knight of Swords here could be an outburst. Could use snapping. I feel this. I feel like there's going to be an outburst with either a person or you're just having a really bad day. And like, hey, we all can have bad days. But there's just also about how you move forward. And I do see you taking accountability this week because you know that you've taken on too much. Greater opportunity here for you. Ooh. Some things are just, sometimes some things are just a perfect storm. But also when you get fed up and I almost feel like you're coming home to a dirty house, right? Where people don't care. And if this is something that's happening at work or there's a relationship like that, this explosion, like it's just meant to happen. I do feel like there's an argument that's breaking out this week, but it's going to clear the air. It has to. Why? Because this was really draining you. Yeah. And believe it or not, as sucky as it may feel, the bigger meaning of this is that it's going to allow you to go in a direction that feels right for you. Because now you're not carrying the weight here. I just feel like you're playing chopsticks here and you don't know how to use the chopsticks. It's like, I can't eat anything. I can't nurture myself here. But the Knight of Wands is me feeling more inspired. It's like, there's actions you need to take, but this is going to light a fire on your ass. This is like, I had enough. I'm done. I'm not saying you're going to be quitting this week or breaking up with someone this week, but you're definitely fed up. You're definitely focusing on you by the end of the week, and it's needed in a really big way. Emotionally, this Cancer here is exhausted this week. Four of Cups. Well, you can romanticize all you want on those disappointments and be fed up, right? But sometimes we also don't see the bigger opportunity here. So I think this has been a pattern that has been going on for quite some time. You have been quiet about it. And this week, whatever this disruption is, you're not going to be quiet about it. You're not. No. Because it feels like betrayal. And some of you are going, I betrayed myself here. I took this emotionally on. I saw the signs. I was feeling drained. But a 10 here means it ends. It ends this week. All right. Is it going to be comfortable? No. Is it going to hurt? Yeah, because it does hit the ego here a little bit. But it's also a big breakthrough week for you. And don't forget, we got that Taurus new moon here coming in place. Cancer, your motherly message here from Inga is this. You keep trying to carry everybody emotionally because you think it makes you valuable. It doesn't. Mama says your value existed before you became the emergency contact for grown adults. I remember channeling this. My mom used to say that to me all the time. Stop being the emergency contact. Stop being that. You don't have to put everybody else's fires out. So that's what I got here for you, Cancer. Sending you love. And we're going to move on to Leo. That resonate, go ahead and hit like. Don't forget, there's always more messages on the other side at Harmonia Friends Community. Leo is up. Leo is up. I guess it's pretty quiet over there on Twitch, huh, Star? We're working on it. Usually we get some of our regulars in. You have to let me know, though, if you can see when people follow, because I like to call, I can't see who follows on YouTube, on Twitch, but it's kind of a big deal on Twitch. So let me know so I can give them a shout out. So I can't always see. Thanks. Leo is up. Hopefully you can see it. I don't know if you'll be able to. I think you can because you're a moderator. Leo is up. My lions and lionesses. Let's see how your week's going to be. Leo, how you feeling? Page of Coins here reversed. Uh-oh. There's a little bit of a setback. I don't think it's bad. I just think that an opportunity that is being presented to you this week isn't there's not as much as excitement to it as now. Actually, you may be evaluating this altogether. Let's see the external reason for this. Oh, man, this is hard energy this week. Everyone's going through it. We got another 7. Now we have the 7 of Wands. Well, Leo, do you have a little bit of, I mean, this could also be externally you. You could be I could be talking to a perfectionist here, someone who needs to have everything just right in order to begin, in order to start. So it's almost, there's this push energy here. And if it's not you, it's somebody else who's doing that to you, saying it's not the right time. And this could be like feeling a little bit disappointed. Integration of this. Yeah. Queen of Swords. Yeah. Whether this is another individual or you play it how you see it fit, because I'm reading for a lot of different people. You may have Libra, Gemini, Aquarius in a chart, or this could be another individual here. You know, we do have that Mercury energy with Taurus that's kind of going into Gemini soon, but this is an individual here who is critical, gives you the blunt truth. It pierces, but at the same time, it's a reality check. So you got somebody here who's giving you a reality check. And some of you, the reality check is the version of you that keeps saying, I'm not ready. I'm not doing it this week. Whatever this task is, or whatever this, investment was, there's pushback this week. How you're responding to this? My goodness. Oh boy. 5 of Wands. You're confronting it. You're not backing down on this. This is a fight. It is, right? Some of you, this is an internal battle here. The battle here of the ego and the willingness to want to change, to start something new, whatever it is. I don't know, a diet, a new business, step in business, a new relationship. There's something here where there's conflict. All right. My gosh, there's a lot of conflict here. Competitive nature here. Both parties here want to win. Interesting. What's the real opportunity here? The 8 of Cups here reversed, to face something that you had a hard time letting go of. This is not usually a card here. I read reverse a little bit different. It's the extreme energy here. It's never like a reconciliation to me because I'm combining it with the cards above. But this is something here where you may have to walk away with not needing to prove yourself and just accept it. The part of you, if it's a part of you, it's accepting the fact here that you are facing fear. And you are facing something here that keeps you stuck. But the hardest step is the first step. And there's something here about a first step for you this week, Leo. Do not be discouraged. You're being asked here to face this. The only reconciliation is happening here is with you choosing to see that there's two sides here. But if it's something here where an individual is trying to prove to it, you may have to let this individual here just have their own way so you can go your own direction. Greater opportunity here. Look at this. We have the 9 of Wands now. Now, the 9 of Wands is a card here of boundaries. Got to draw the line. Got to draw the line here this week. There it is, going up here. There's just this facing the next step, having the courage to face the next step here, as uncomfortable as it is. Or if somebody here is not comfortable here with doing it this week, you may have to do something on your own. You may have to reconsider this. Advice here for you. Speak with honesty. assertiveness. Don't lose your courage. You are a sign of courage. Be brave this week, Spirit is saying. Be brave. You know, I just feel like this has to do a lot with bravery here. A lot of devotion and commitment here. You know, you got Taurus energy, but this could be in regards to a relationship. If this is going to work out, you know, we have to have those uncomfortable conversations. We may have to agree to disagree, but it shouldn't stop you from making certain moves that you feel are right. Your final message here, Leo, from Inga is this. You don't need to shrink your personality to make insecure people comfortable. Just make sure your pride isn't keeping you from admitting what actually hurts. And there is something here that hurts you this week. And I want to say it's just pride. All right, that's what I got here for you, Leo. If this resonated, go ahead and hit like, comment below. Don't forget, there's always more messages on the other side at Harmonia Friends Community, and you can book private readings over there as well. Virgo is up. Thank you, Debbie, for being another sponsor here for the oops, I almost clicked on it. For the unlocked faded dice. We are now 3 donations away. 3 donations away. Yes, thank you. Thank you, Mama Inga. It's the German way. It's I-N-G-E. I know. I still remember when people will call her name and they go, Ingy? It's like she's German. Why do my parents have to have such weird names? Virgo is up. My mom was actually, her and I were very opposite. I mean, we made our peace at the end, but I mean, I love her. Don't get me wrong. I love her, but her and I are closer in my mediumship now. She was a bombshell. My mom was a bombshell. 100% she was. She was a very beautiful lady. And my niece is a split image of her, my youngest niece. It's wild. Sometimes we think we have a little Inga sitting next to her. She has so much of her personality. It's just, and her looks, it's crazy. Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Elizabeth, thank you so much for the donation. We are now 2 away from unlocking the collective bonus here for today. Guys, don't be shy. Say hello. We're on multiple platforms here. We got Star over on Twitch, Facebook. We still love you. And we got our moderators over on Debbie and Papa, and Star's going in and out. She's going back and forth, I think. Virgo, how you feeling going into this week? Reversals are now up. Death. Man, there's this energy here. A lot of soul searching for us this week. I mean, they're good things because we're changing it, right? But do you see a lot of the cards have like a lot to do with transformation, change, how we're feeling? But Virgo here's feeling a little bit stuck, fed up. It look like, I feel like this is a line of filling. Like, are you tired of people's bullshit? I feel like I'm fed up. Know your limits. No, listen. Oh my gosh. Here we go. We got the devil again here as external influence, Capricorn energy. Whether you're fed up with another individual or you're just fed up with your own BS, there's two. You may be in between 2 worlds right now, in between 2 versions of you, letting go of old scenarios, patterns, and going into the new version of you. So this could be a week here where you feel like you're stepping back and then going forward. And it's like, is anything going to actually change? Why don't I see any change? I feel this energy of like, where is it? And we've been getting so many readings with this thick energy, but it's actually when the most breakthroughs come through. It is. But the external energy here feels very obsessive. All these things to do with lines. Like I just see like a lot of shadow work. Devil wasn't reversed, so that's a good thing. Only because you're not deceiving yourself. You see it very clearly. Yeah, look at this. The high priestess. There we go. There's that divide again. Right? What's coming up this week here is the battle between your ego and your intuition. Because there's a part of you where your ego is saying, don't trust it. It's not right. You know, you need to have something more logical. But you know that's noise. You know that's noise. And if this is another individual, there's someone here where you know that they try to make you second guess. They do. You get a lot of brain fog when you're around this individual, if this is a person. The world here reversed. I gotta watch here. There's just this energy here with where you can sit on top of the world here, have that start rebirth and learn the lessons here. But it's like every time that I think that I'm about to get ahead or I understand, I feel like I'm behind. And there's this response here where you're seeing that of how this all works. You know, if you're getting discouraged this week, there's just this thing where you're going to have a trust fall. You are. Welcome back, Debbie Kelly. There's a needed trust fall here. Greater opportunity here. 5 of Wands. Listen. It's not reversed. You're being asked to confront this. You're being asked here to be brave. Not too far off here from Leo's energy either. But this is a very competitive card. It's also a card here of learning. You won't know unless you take those actions. So, you know, it's just taking those actions here to face the fear. Put yourself out there for some of you. Greater opportunity for you this week. Knight of Cups, to love yourself regardless. To love yourself regardless. There's that line. There it is. Okay. There is an offer here. But I feel there's this darkness here that's filling up, and Spirit's like, you need to flesh this out. You know, they're showing me the picture here, and I like to use this as the Ace of Cups, right? Let's say you have a dirty cup of water, and the natural way to filter the dirt from there is to pour in the water. It becomes its own filtration here. It's love, it's appreciation, it's showcasing more of that gratitude. And the more you add to that, the more it naturally filters out. So this week here, you're just flushing out that dirt. You know, it happens to all of us. We always have the fear driven coming in there in levels, but this is about flushing it out here for you. It doesn't, there might be fear here of rejection, perfection, all of that, but you have the King of Swords energy as your vice, right? Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. Now, the King of Swords here could also be someone here who's a mentor, who gives you solid advice, good advice. Could be someone here of high counsel. But this person's going to be honest with you. They're going to be truthful. But others of you, it's to embody this. And you already are embodying here the seeker. Don't forget that. But if you also take in this into this reality with that King of Swords energy, it's to understand that the truth and the knowledge is showing up as your authentic self. You don't have to be perfect. It's just about showcasing how you are. Trust your assertiveness. Trust your boundaries. Trust your intuition. This is going to be huge for you, especially as we go through towards that new moon energy in Taurus. Even though this is Pisces, I'm feeling like something here is really going to be established for you in a very different way during that new moon. This would be something here where you can actually make your plans here more direct. Don't make them so wishy-washy. Be really specific of what you want. It's going to be important for you this week. Virgo, your Inga message is this. Oh my gosh. You are allowed to learn as you go. Everything does not need to be perfect before it can be meaningful. Half your stress comes from trying to outrun being human. Be human this week. All right? Just be you. That's what I got here for you, Virgo. If this resonated, don't forget, there's always more messages over at Harmonia Friends Community. You guys also get the Earth signs, get the All Signs Mid-Month Check-In premiere on Thursday because it's Taurus season. The Earth signs get that this month. So make sure you check out the rest of the month's preview on Thursday. And that will be recorded because the rest of the placements are on Harmonia Friends Community. Libra is up. We are two targets away, guys. 2 targets away from unlocking the collective bonus here for today's readings. Libra. Libra is up. Thank you, Debbie. Sun, Moon, Rising of Venus. Libra, how you feeling going into this week? Ace of Swords. Well, that is a sword here of truth, but clarity. Honestly, this reminds me a little bit of the Towers of the Moon. It does. You're gaining clarity this week. You're very focused. Okay. 7 of Swords with this is the 8 of Swords. So you're focused on not denying something anymore. External influence. The 9 of Swords, your fear. Now, some of you, there's 2 stories here. There is 9 of Swords, 10 of Swords. Some of you, you have an individual here who's scared of you. Like scared of you, scared of having a conversation here with you. You intuitively feel this, you know this. Now, others of you, this is just a part of you where it's like, I know I'm scared. Because it could go both ways. But if this is externally another individual here, this person, the reason their reactions here that they do is out of fear. The sun. The sun, Leo energy here was reversed. You are in charge of your own happiness. You realize this. And there's a part of you this week that is really having clarity of some of the changes that you need to make. Now, others of you, if you have an individual here who you are not in communication with or has projected something onto you, there may not be a conversation happening this week, but you feel that something has shifted or changed. And it could be because you have this understanding now, this clarity epiphany moment going, it's not me, it's them. I can't help them process it. They got to figure it out on their own. They're in charge of their happiness. I'm in charge of mine. There's a lot of I'm just seeing everything as kind of going with all of the rays. Like these are the dark rays and these are the light rays. The 8 of Wands here reversed. Wow. There's the sun rays again. There's this energy of Libra holding back. not making a move, doing this intentionally, and maybe it is time for you to have a truth or a hard conversation, not necessarily with this individual, but a hard conversation and look here on facing you on why you're making certain moves here, because I think you hold yourself back a lot because of fear of leaving someone behind, you know, or if it's not leaving someone behind, failing. Hey, Samantha, welcome back. Hey, Mitzi, welcome back. Thanks, Karen. Sorry about that. The Hierophant here reversed. The greater opportunity here, which is about to be unboxed here, is it's like a departure, right? There's differences. There's differences here in belief systems. This could be whether this is internally here with an old pattern, but what's the fight here is to unveil the truth. And this week here, you have clarity here that you can't keep playing small. And so there's a greater opportunity here to stop playing small and to go off the beat of your own drum and not be worried about shining, because I feel like there's this energy of trying not to shine, but it's like, no, you're supposed to shine. Greater opportunity here for you this week. The Seven of Wands here reverse. Release the need here to defend why your actions are the way they are. If a person doesn't understand you, let them do what they got to do. Now, I'm not telling them to let them trash you and keep you from not going anywhere, but I just feel this energy here of I need to stop playing small. I need to put my defenses down. I don't need to prove to anybody what I can do. I have the ability here to be happy. And so I do see you getting out more, letting loose a little bit. And, you know, if an individual here wants to have a conversation with you, that's on them. That's not on you, because you've dropped the walls. I think that you're just dropping the walls here this week. You're like, just, it is what it is. Advice for you. Remember, no reversals here. This is a very courageous thing for this Libra, right? Pride is definitely, you know, it's not saying you're having poor boundaries. It's that you're trusting things will work out. And if there is any confrontation that comes up, you'll be able to handle it. Yeah. Alignment. Yeah. Even if there's a conversation that comes in place, it was meant to happen the way it is. There's the strength here is union, but there's inner union here to do with your happiness. And if there's another connection here that's married to you, they're doing the same thing, but they have to face their fears, and you have to face your own fears to shine, where theirs is internally to confront, to communicate. Libra, Inga's advice here for you is some of you already ready for this. Some of you already know the answer. You just keep revisiting the conversation, hoping somebody changes enough that you don't have to make the hard choice. Your choice here is to just be happy. Move on. All right. That's what I got here for you, Libra. If this resonated, go ahead and hit like, comment below. Don't forget, there's always more messages on the other side at Harmonia Friends Community. And we're going to move on over to Scorpio. Scorpio is up next. Thanks, guys, for jumping in. We do have a goal going on. We are two donations away, guys, from unlocking the collective bonus. What does that mean? Well, you get to get the dice rolled here again. Karen says I was iffy on Cancer. Well, your sign might come up again. Just saying. Just saying. You're not supposed to claim all of the readings, but maybe that will normally be. Scorpio is up. Scorpio is up. I don't even remember what Cancer was, to be honest. Oh, that was a drained one. Yeah, nobody wants to claim that one. I don't blame you. I'm like, which one was that? That was iffy. I get it. I get it, girl. Scorpio. Sun, moon, rising, and Venus. Good vibes only. How you feeling going into this week? The Six of Coins. Finally, somebody is feeling balanced. Out of the sign Scorpio, you're feeling the most balanced this week. I do see you keeping to yourself. You're keeping things fair and practical this week. I don't feel like it's a week here of drama for you, but you know, things can change. Let's see what external influences for you. Wow, the Seven of Swords here comes out reverse. Interesting. This is really interesting. Now, for some of you, you have been in hermit mode for quite some time. That's the whole part. People are questioning, where is Scorpio? Why is Scorpio hiding? But you have been taking a step back. And I'm saying you're hiding here because we have the seeker, and this is the energy of most the collective in general. We're embodying here the seeker here. You're choosing which direction you want to go, however that may be. Queen of Cups, you're keeping your opinions to yourself right now. You're also not letting a lot of individuals in. What you are doing is listening, though, with love. Listening to your intuition here. That's your card here, the Queen of Cups. Okay. So there's a lot of intuitive nudges that you're getting this week, but you also can feel the negativity of people talking, gossip. When you have those tinges of like, my energy is drained. Oh, I better clear it. Who's talking shit about me today? You're going to feel it. The Scorpio's just going to know this week. Like there's no doubt about it. You're going to feel it. But you don't have to explain. You don't have to explain your business to everybody this week. How you're responding here. Two of Cups here, reverse. Again, not necessarily telling everybody your business. Now, you do have a close person here who you confide in, who you love a lot. And this is a person here that who would probably make up some excuses for you so that you can get out of things. I do believe that you do have an individual here who will stick up for you. But the challenge is that there's other individuals who want in your business this week. And I think you're just trying to keep in your lane and minding your own business. You have a deep decision here to make, and that's why you're doing this. You don't want to be influenced by the noise of others. I mean, I think it's even influenced by the noise of society. It's like Scorpio may even be turning off the news and all the other crap. It's like, I'm just going silent this week. Greater opportunity here for you. Three of Wands. I think there's something that you're building a momentum to, something that's going to allow you to have a firm foundation. It hasn't arrived just yet, but also it's allowing you to see what's going to be the next moves I can make. Some of you, this could be a career move. Some of you, this could be changing. I just heard relocation, but it doesn't necessarily mean something bad's coming. You're just preparing. I almost feel this energy here of preparing for the worst case scenario, but you don't necessarily want to say why you're preparing here this week, because then that's other people's business. Then they get into you. Maybe it's this thing of like, I don't want to appear wrong. I'm just trusting my insight to do this. Greater opportunity for you this week here, Scorpio. Death, huge transformation. That's your card. That's your card. There's this whatever you're preparing for, you're trusting your intuition, you're not letting other people know. And there may be some small talk here around you that thinks that you're up to something, and you are up to something, because this is something where you do not want to be influenced by others, because it's a trust thing that you're doing. Advice here for you. Look at that. You got the Hangman. There it is. You're using this space here to gain a new perception of what you need for a particular event. Whatever this event may be, it's a pretty big deal. Some of you, it's a move. What else? Yeah, again, here's a Two of Swords. There it is. There's that Two of Swords here that was kind of being hidden that I was seeing. This is going to be not only your decision, but you're preparing something here not to be influenced here, because if you fall or there's a rejection here, it will be easier for you to get back up. Okay. So maybe it's you put something out there in a pseudonym, or maybe you just show up somewhere online. Let's say it's that. And you're like, oh, well, we would have supported you there. You needed to do something without external influence of others watching you. And this is something here that's going to allow you some freedom here this week to explore, to have some creativity. But I also feel that there is someone here that you are confiding with and letting them know, like, hey, I need this time here, this space here to create, to figure it out. Your final advice here from Inga is this. You've outgrown some versions of survival mode, dear. But your nervous system hasn't caught up just yet. So just because you're waiting for disaster doesn't mean disaster is coming. And it almost feels like disaster has to do with other people's opinions. So this week here, Scorpio, don't worry about other people's opinions. Just keep doing what you got to do. All right. That's what I got here for you, Scorpio. If this resonated, go ahead and hit like, comment below. Don't forget, there's always more messages on the other side. And we're going to move on to Sagittarius. Sagittarius is up. Saggy. We have Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces, Aries. We will have one bonus collective, but will we have two? Well, that's up to you guys. If we hit 2 targets over on YouTube, just hit that target and get 2 more donations, we will unlock another Faded Dice reading. But it's up to you guys to make that happen for everybody. Sagittarius will be up next. Saggies, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Reversals are now up. Sagittarius, how are you feeling going into this week? Thank you, Mitzi. We are now 1 away, 1 donation away, guys, from unlocking this. Oh, we got the 6 of coins here again. All right. Not a bad card to start off here for you, Sagittarius. I feel like you're having a very practical week here when it comes to family, work life, external influence of this. 9 of coins. Interesting. I feel like this Sagittarius is wanting to be more stable on their own, is realizing that with wanting to do things on their own, that they also need to be more balanced with asking for help in a more healthy way. So I think this has a lot to do with how you balance your time, your energy, your money. What's the outside influence here is that this is encouraging you, inspiring you here to do something that you could be proud of. And it's for you. This is something that's for you. So this could be something to do with a passion project. This could be doing something with just being happy and single, your self-worth. I mean, that's a value. Or it's something here, maybe if you're striving to be an entrepreneur. Integration of this. The Hangman here reverse, you're it's not necessarily going to have epiphany moments here this week. The challenge here is it's not happening on the time frame that you would like it to happen. Okay? That's the part that feels mind-blowing, exploding. It's like, the emotional weight of this. I almost feel like you're getting a big headache this week, and it's like, oh my gosh, why do I have such a tension headache? And I need to get this done because this is going to keep me getting towards my goal. But this week here, you may want to just look and evaluate here why you're getting that tension headache. Does it have to do with a certain individuals here in your life? Are you still trying to go into people-pleasing mode? I'm not saying you have to keep working really hard, but I feel there's this need here to decompress. Don't forget to take those moments off. It's okay to work for this, but you don't have to work yourself to the part where you feel drained and hurt, and then you lose the motivation altogether. This week, there's something here that you need to pace yourself and stop comparing yourself if there is somebody else that you're trying to compare their successes to. Five of Swords. This is hard. Agree to disagree. Right? Now that's hard to do when it's with your ego. But I do feel with the Five of Swords here, whether this is another individual here who's just really trying to keep you down, you need to work on your boundaries, right? And the boundaries here might be creating space to let yourself here not to react. This person here may be pushing your buttons. But if it's your own ego who's pushing your buttons here and saying, no, we have to go in overdrive because that's how we get our goal, you need to check yourself before you wreck yourself this week here. You may say, that's not true. I am allowed to take a break. Greater opportunity here for you. The Six of Cups here, reverse, to release some emotional patterns and versions that where you overgave or stuffed your emotions down. This is a week here where you should be feeling a little bit more. So it's balanced. You got 2 sixes here now. If this is a relationship here that is always consecutively here draining you, why are you still entertaining it? And some of you are like, Tanya, that's hard because I work with that individual, yet I'm doing a side business trying to get out of that. Well, there's just something here about allowing to express your emotions. It's still allowed. Bigger opportunity here is to face that demon, right? Or detach from it. Whether you're with an energy vampire, I'm not saying all Capricorns are like that, but there's just this energy here of this needing stability. And some of you need to really sit down with this and evaluate where your mind is being put towards. Is it the negative aspect or the more positive aspect? Sometimes our worst enemy is ourselves. Advice here for you. Look, Six of Pentacles here. Work and play, a balance, and being able to ask for help, being able to have those hard conversations, not needing to have everything be breadcrumbed either. And some of you are being breadcrumbed by an individual. This is having truth, having clarity. Cut that out. Have that conversation. Sagittarius, Inga's message to you is, you don't have to escape life. You just sometimes need to emotionally face it. That was really much the message here. It was that was just one message there. You don't need to escape your life. You just sometimes need to emotionally face it. I like that. It's very direct here for you. All right. That's what I got here for you, Sagittarius. If this resonated, go ahead and hit like, comment below. Don't forget, there's always more messages on the other side at Harmonia Friends community. And we're going to move over to Capricorn. Capricorn is up. We are officially filled. We did it in the target. Thanks again, Debbie. I appreciate you. We all appreciate you because now we have 2 bonuses, guys. We have 2 bonuses coming in place. We have made it. And we still have a couple more readings to go, so we'll get closer to it. You guys are awesome. Let's thank our sponsors, guys, for unlocking that. You guys now have another shot here of rolling and getting a reading here for you. Capricorn, let's see how your week is going. Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, Spirit. How is Capricorn going in for this week? Reversals are now up. We have the 4 of Wands. Well, you seem very happy. You having a good time at the beach here this week? Are you celebrating? Are you on vacation? External reason here for this, Capricorn. Oh, the Page of Wands here reversed. Yeah, it's just some of you have an individual here who is a party pooper. Okay. I don't know who this party pooper is. They're a little bit immature in their actions that they take. Now, if this is a work related situation, this person here is calling out this week, but I see you very excited about it and happy. I do. I feel this energy here of like, oh my gosh, you're not here to crash the party. Oh. Integration here for you, the Tower reverse. So it's not like you wish the worst case scenario here for this individual, but it is going to come out that this person here is going through some shit. And this is why they are absent. So we call this karma. Karma. You've kept this to yourself, meaning that you've kept your opinions to yourself when it comes to this person's actions. And, you know, the challenge here, some of you, it's hard because you either work with them, you're related to them, or you were in a relationship with them. Okay. But someone here is getting karma around you, and it's because they're not in your vicinity. Now, at one point, you may have wanted to get sweet revenge, but you may even find that when you hear this news, you don't really care about that anymore. It's almost like a detachment, like, oh, I'm so sorry to hear that, but I'm having a good day. Yeah, 8 of Wands here is I'm having a good day. They're not ruining my happiness. I cut ties with that a long time ago. I detached from that. I kept my opinions to myself. Sometimes we keep our enemies closer. You take this rejection or this block as a gratitude, a protection here of happiness. You know, this is one of those things at one point you may have been really annoyed when this person either blocked you or blamed you or said you couldn't be in something, but is the best thing that ever happened to you. Because whatever this person here, they're not invited to this party. I'm not saying someone's getting fired here this week, but I do feel like this person's on fire. They're burning in their own fires here. They got to deal with that themselves. Capricorn. Greater opportunity here. The Knight of Swords here. I think it's just realizing why the communication went quiet. That at one point you may have wanted to prove yourself, have a conversation, work something out, or at least be heard. But now it's like, nah, I think that's it. You're detaching from it. Greater opportunity here for you this week. Yeah, 5 of coins here. Now, here's the thing. There's also empathy here in this level here, because an individual here who's going through a hardship is never a good thing either way, right? But you also can see of how you face difficulties differently, because this person here may have not cared with what they put you through. But your energy here is, well, I do care, but they cut me out. And so I'm not really here opposed to approach them, because I need to focus on that. They blocked me for a reason, or they rejected me here for a reason. So I don't have to go out of my way here to say something. I can still care, but I can choose my peace. Advice here for you. Look at this. The Devil. There you are. At one point, you may have wanted bittersweet revenge, all right? A negative aspect of here, a desire here to prove. But this is also you realizing that you've kind of freed this here too. You know, you're more focused on what makes you happy. Yeah. That's your circle here. That's your circle here. You know, you may even appeared a little bit like a villain in this person's eyes, but that's okay, right? Because you're accepting the role. Because you do have individuals here who are loyal to you. So I feel like this is a good week here for you, but it's just hearing the hearsay of an individual here who rejected you. Let's see what Inga has to say here for you. You spent so much time being dependable that sometimes you get overlooked. This week, it's about enjoying. This week, it's about enjoying your life, honey. Just enjoy it. You can still be responsible, but live your life. That's what I got here for you, Capricorn. If that resonated, go ahead and hit like, comment below. Don't forget, there's always more messages on the other side. And we're going to move on to Aquarius. Aquarius is going to be up next. Aquarius. Don't be shy, guys. Say hello. Let us know that you're here, whether you're on Twitch or on Facebook or on YouTube. We got quite a few people watching now. Probably a lot on the replay. Make sure you guys are hitting like. Aquarius. Reversals are now up. Aquarius, how you feeling going into this week? Oh, 2 of Swords here, reversed. They love to make me do math, so I'm seeing the 5 of Swords here. God, you fight this. There's a situation here that you walked away from. You needed clarity. This week here, it's coming back up. External influence, why? 10 of Wands. It's almost like, do I help? Do I say something? Some of you, this is a person here who's stubborn and trying to do something on their own, trying to mind your own business. Could have had a fight with this individual. But others of you, there's something that could be, I mean, you go back and forth with this. It's like you say the baggage is gone. Externally, the baggage is still there. You still carry this weight. Some of you, it's you carrying that weight. It's like I keep saying I'm over something and I'm not. Integration here. Oh boy, we have the High Priestess here reversed. Go back and forth with this. This keeps you up at night. You know, Aquarius is such a logical sign that it's, it's an air sign. It's like wanting to know everything ahead of time. But this is muddy. And you keep going back and forth for this. And it does drain you because your head goes back to whatever this topic is that you're talking to in your head. Now, some of you, it has to do with an individual here who is carrying some baggage, right? And you're like, should I go? Should I ask for help? Should I? You could have walked away from this individual. Could have been a fight. You know, someone here feels like they're doing it all on their own. There's something here about opening up. But others of you, this is a version of you where it's like, listen, I can't keep saying I should be over this. Obviously, I'm not over it. How you're responding this week? 8 of Coins. Well, your breakthrough here comes in with that Queen of Wands energy up here, remember? Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy. So this is with the confidence here. So you're building confidence here with better boundaries. Whether it is with, no, I put a boundary or a wall here for a reason, because that was getting too heavy, or there's just something here where like, no, I need to switch my focus and not always focus on this other person or the situation here where I know I'm not over. Greater opportunity for this week. 3 of Wands here reverse. Yeah, see how it's like rebuilding? I feel like you're rebuilding. It's almost like you're scratching something and trying to rebuild a foundation that feels supportive to you. And whether this is because you had to leave a scenario here with unfinished business, and it keeps lulling over to you, it's like instead of trying to reconstruct it, it's just like, just let it fall, let it be for what it has to be. It's broken. Not everything is meant to be fixed. Okay. And if you have someone else here who has a lot of baggage here and you are constantly, being dismissed because they had their own baggage, it's not really yours to claim. Greater opportunity. Look at this. 2 of Cups. Just, you can have your own opinions and you can still love regardless. Whether this is loving the parts of you that are stubborn and know that you do certain things that you know that you need to reset. This version of you is saying, okay, we're not over it yet, but I need to rebuild. And so this week you're rebuilding. You're rebuilding your confidence. You're scrapping the idea here of a relationship that needs to be fixed. It doesn't mean you necessarily are going to be back together with another individual. It's just like, let it be, like, give it up to the universe at this point. And honestly, I think if it's another individual in your life, they're kind of doing their own thing too, because if they're holding the 10 of Wands, this is the person here who's got to let it go too. It's all unconditional love. Advice here for you. Hey, Blue, welcome. The Sun, your happiness. It's about your happiness. What makes you happy? What lights you up? And those moments here of drain, or you're finding your head in here, this is what you're working on. You don't have to be over a situation or over someone. You can change your words here of going, I'm healing. I'm trying to focus on things here about my happiness, whether it's on your worth, whether it's on your job, whether it's on investments, your house projects, whatever it can be. I'm reading for a lot of different people. Yeah. King of Pentacles. This is a week here, a really good week here to work on your health and your finances. We have Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy, or to renovate and break down things in a house that's not working for you. Some of you, it's a move. It's a relocation that needs to happen here for you. A fresh start. You deserve a fresh start here, Aquarius. Mama's message, Inga Mama's message here for you. Not everybody deserves access to the deeper parts of you just because they're curious. Discernment is not cruelty. You can care about people and still keep boundaries. All right. That's what Mama has to say. If that resonated, go ahead and hit like, comment below. Don't forget, there's always more messages on the other side. We got Pisces up next. Pisces is up next. I never really called her Mama. What I did call her was Mom. Like I'd be screaming, Mom. If you guys ever saw Family Guy where Stewie just says mom, mom, mom over again, that was me. I was like, my mom would be like, I could be right next to her and saying her name 1,000 times. And then she'd be like, what? Her German would come out because she couldn't say what. What? And I'm pretty sure she would call me an asshole after. I love calling people assholes. It was an endearing word for that. So don't get like, oh my God, it's horrible. No, it was an endearing word in our household. It's so funny because I can see now how opposite my father and my mother were. I mean, they didn't stay together, but he's not one to curse. Like he's an Aquarius, you know, my mom's a Taurus. So she's a Taurus, you know. Taurus is very particular, stubborn. But she had a sailor mouth for her. I mean, she just did. People ask me like, where'd you learn your cursing? My mom. She had no problem admitting that. Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Here we go. Pisces, how you feeling going into this week? Six of Pentacles reverse. This card keeps coming out, but this one is reversed. So I feel a little bit unbalanced. I feel a little bit tired, and I feel like you got a lot on your plate. Watch it. I do think someone here is throwing some crap onto you. Oh my God. You know what I feel? God, this Eight of Swords, but you see how it's on the neck? Somebody here throws their insecurities here on you. And this is a relationship here where they project. So are they the problem? Yeah, but they're going to say you're the problem. Integration here. Oh boy. Oh boy. You're gonna be like, return to sender. Return to sender. No. That's not my problem. Pisces says, that's not my problem. Black. I got enough to handle. Hey, Lisa. I got enough to handle. Your response to this? Yeah, you are not even going to entertain or fight this. Your answer simply this week here, Pisces, is no. I got enough on my plate. I don't got anybody helping me out. You got to deal with your own crap. This is the challenge card here, is this individual. Some of you, this could be a family member here, right? But I also feel that you are spread very thin. And there's just something here where an individual is blaming you for their shortcomings, their downfalls. Greater opportunity here for you. Ten of Cups here reversed. So they're going to be unhappy with you. So they're going to be disappointed with you. So it's not going to be a happy time with this individual. It's not. All right. You're allowed to have emotions too on this. I feel strongly on that. Is there's something about an individual here who's dismissing, like they can say how they feel, but you can't say how you feel. No. That's like, just no. Doesn't work that way. Greater opportunity here. Now, there's also the greater opportunity here to detach from this individual. Okay. Devil. Two of you can be very toxic to one another. They trigger you. So maybe the best thing to do is create space if you can. Not everybody, it's possible. But I do feel like you are creating a boundary this week. I do feel like you are creating a boundary here. We have strength. Strength's coming up a lot for the advice card here, right? Just watch your pride. You don't have to over-explain yourself, and you also don't have to, just watch your actions, because your actions will be used against you. So the cleaner your cuts can be this week with just a short answer or short action, or just in removing yourself from that line of fire, or not playing this individual's game, the better off you will be. Okay. The Knight of Cups here is, I'm choosing me. I'm giving the opportunity. I love you, but I love myself more. I feel like you're choosing peace this week. I do. Your message here from Mom Inga here says, your intuition is not the problem, Pisces. Ignoring your own feelings until they become impossible to avoid is the problem. There's a difference between compassion and self-abandonment this week. This was right on the money with this one. Aries is up next. If that resonated for you, Pisces, go hit like, comment below. Don't forget, there's always more messages on the other side. Aries is up, and we are right here at the tail end. This would be the time to make sure you guys make sure you hit like. If you're subscribed or following, this would be the time to make sure you are doing that, because every subscribe, follow, like helps this channel in a major way be seen. So I do appreciate that. But also, this would be the time here to comment in the live chat, or even on the replay, bonus with your sign, because you never know if your sign will come up. So we're going to give you guys some time here to hit that, like, and to follow and to claim bonuses while we move on to Aries. So you guys go ahead and do that, and we'll get to Aries' final zodiac reading here before we get to the collectives. Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. How you feeling going into this week? We have the Four of Cups here reversed. Well, you're breaking out of some past disappointments here. You're not hiding it anymore. I don't think you are. I think it's something here where you're going to be getting out. External reason for this? Oh, because you're trusting look at all this feels. Something could be happening specifically in the Taurus new moon, even though it's showing a full moon and it's Pisces. I just feel that whatever sadness you have, or maybe there's some moodiness going on here, this could have to do with another relationship. It could be something here that you're very divided on. Um, this is you needing to get out of your comfort zone. You've been in this box far too long, and you are itching to feel differently. So I don't know. It's almost like a silent prayer that you've been doing here. Yeah. If you've been overworked or have been in overdrive mode here just to take care of the practical things this week, this is you going, I need to change something on here. You know, whether it's like, I'm going to take a vacation day, I'm going to take a sick day, I don't know, a personal day, whatever you want to call it. Or I'm going to plan something that is not part of my schedule. I'm not going to make it all about the kids this week. If you have kids, there's just something here where you know you need to emotionally do something that is a little bit more lighthearted. I feel like you've been doing a lot of shadow work as of late. There's a lot of fears of the unknowns. There's a lot of illusions coming up here externally this week, but it's also something here where you have to trust the process and know that you don't have to keep working. You know, sometimes, and I say this a lot, especially when I teach Mastering the Mirror, my shadow work course, is that shadow work, specifically when you're going into inner child work here, you're not meant to keep going and going and digging and spiraling till you go deeper and deeper and deeper and that you stay stuck into it. The point is to go really quick, that you can go in and out, allow that thing to have acceptance here because you're going in it at a different age. So you're always going to have a different perspective of you in that memory, whatever it is. But it's to accept it, it's to see it, it's to validate it, but it's also to make a change here in this reality. So if you keep focusing on the past or you keep focusing on how that deeply hurt you, well, you're just staying in that energy. It really is whatever you put your time and energy on, what you perceive is your reality. And this week here, you're realizing that even though you were going through some deep emotions here, you're also trying to get very focused on some of the mundane things. And those mundane things could be very meditative, you know, like washing the dishes or doing, you know, yard work or working extra hours. But that was needed at that point. But this week here, I feel you're looking up, you're looking around. Yeah, 9 of Wands is like, okay, no, I can't keep focusing on the disappointments. I got to let the light in. I got to get outside. Some of you are saying that. Welcome, Sky. Greater opportunity here for you. Yeah, choose a different direction. Do something that lights you up. Do something fun. Do something that inspires you. There's just it's just a way of putting yourself back out there. You don't know who you're going to meet. You don't know what you're going to do. It's just you don't need necessarily a complete agenda made. It's just the freedom here of trusting the experience this week for you. Yeah. This has left you really stuck, but you're also seeing the imbalance here is that you were so stuck in all the shadow work. Look how much light is here. Death energy. All right. This is you allowing the darkness here to go through. See, that's part of the cycle, but now it's time to recalibrate here the rebirth. And so this is what you're doing. You're flushing out here all, and I just use this as another analogy here. I don't remember which reading it was that, you know, when you have the Ace of Cups and it's all dirty, you keep pouring water into it until the water naturally overfloweth to the side, but it's filtering out the dirt. That's what you're doing this week. Before you were pouring into it and there was nothing being filled into it, but this is allowing emotional release. This is the emotional disappointments. It's like, okay, I'm sick of doing this. I can't keep I now got to fill my cup. I can't miss opportunities. What makes me happy? What can I appreciate now around me? Yeah. Go hang out with your friends. have a girls' night or a guys' night, or hang out with your kids if you find that fun. Like, do something fun this week, Spirit is saying, right? There's other individuals here that you don't have to do this on your own. You can have fun. You're emotionally going through something here for a new start, a new beginning. But be courageous in doing this, Aries, because there's fear here of being disappointed again. And it's like, no, I can't keep being disappointed. Disappointment's always going to come in like flow. It's part of the flow, right? We're not going to be happy 24/7. We just have to allow these emotions to naturally come through. Those disappointments, what are behind it, or the happiness here too. So keep that in mind. This is the final Inga message here, as the other collective messages aren't based on that. They're based on astrology. So it's not channel messages. Aries, you are brave enough to begin again. Mom says you are brave enough to begin again without turning it into a war. Everything does not have to be fought through to be earned. Okay. You got this. That's what I got here for you, Aries. If this resonated, go ahead and hit like, comment below. Don't forget, there's always more messages on the other side. And we're going to get to it because we got the bonus up next. Bonus train is up. All right, who's doing the dice? Debbie, is it you? Okay. All right, Debbie, just make sure that you aren't behind, because there's a little bit of a delay, but it might be my delay in my comments. So just make sure that you're not delayed. All right, we got the collective bonus coming up next. So we got two collective bonuses here. This is the first collective bonus. What we're going to do here is roll the zodiac sign dice. We're going to roll it a couple times. So the more signs that come out that are, well, close to your natal chart, this message here may be for you. Now, it doesn't have to be specific, okay? If you just feel like you want to listen to the message here, it's just energy, so you can do that as well, all right? This just adds extra validation here for that. So let's get rolling here. Let's get rolling. What signs are here for an additional message? Don't forget, we got two of these. We have Scorpio. Scorpio is up. And Cancer, starting off strongly with water. We have Sagittarius. Sagittarius is up. The bulls are back. Taurus is here. Pisces, we got all water signs now here. And we have Aries. So those are the signs here for this reading. We'll give Deb a second. She's got to write them all out. Hopefully she might be a little bit delayed. So let's give her a second. There she goes. So we have Scorpio, Cancer, Sagittarius, Taurus, and Aries energy here. Didn't we have Pisces too? I feel like we're missing one. No, we had Pisces too. Scorpio, Cancer, because we have Pisces. And Pisces. You can just fix it. I'll switch it there. And Pisces as well. All right, collective. Let's see how your week is if you have this in your chart. Ooh. Watch where you walk this week. Feel a little bit almost like klutzy, like you're doing something too quickly. Almost feel that you're in a rush of some sort. Let's see the certain reason why. Ooh. Ten of coins here reverse. It almost feels like this energy here of rushing to rescue. There's a particular building, a place here. It could be community, family, home, but it's like rushing home, rushing to work. Integration of this. This isn't your problem. You don't have to be the hero this week. Something is meant to fall. But it's not like you can't fix this. You can't fix the situation because it's meant to fall. It has to do with stability here. Someone here needs to do this on their own. It's almost it does feel like some of you, this is it could even be an adult child, but there's just something here about you going to the rescue to an individual, to a place. You're always the one here who's got it. But, you might even feel bad about this. Like I was late or I can't believe it, but you were not meant to be there. Yeah. You tend to cling to the scenario here. We have Taurus and Libra energy. I like to call the Empress reverse the smother mother card, where it's like, I need to do this because I don't want to be abandoned, or I don't want to come off as, rejected if I can't be there to help, because there's something within you that says if you're not assistance, that you're not worth anything. But that's not true. You're worth a lot, but this isn't worth running and rushing to fix when it's not really your problem to begin with. And this is going to be tough for some of you guys because you're used to fixing a scenario here. It's almost like you're watching somebody here in their steps carefully. My mom just came running and tell me a story. Now I used to hear about this story all the time growing up, but the story makes sense. And I'll tell you why, because my brother told me about it. My brother wanted to go to school so badly on his own, and the school wasn't that far from our house, and he wanted to walk to school, but you had to cross the road. You had to cross the road. It was a very dangerous road, right? And so my mother was worried about him crossing the road, but he wanted his independence so badly, and he was young, probably like 7 or so, whatever. But she said, okay. And it's something here where I feel you're doing the same thing. You're saying, okay. But the thing is my brother was walking all proud, but he could hear rustling in the bushes and shit. And my mom was following him in the bushes to make sure that he got okay. And there's just something here where I feel you're following this individual. And it's like, oh, they're going to mess this up. They're meant to mess up. They're meant to do something on their own. Greater opportunity here for your sweet. Just step back. Just step back. Okay. This is good. This is like all the emotions come in here because it's worry, it's fear, and it's something here where this is hard to do because this feels like you're deceiving or hurting somebody. And it's like, how are they going to learn? Yeah. The greater opportunity here is we can't always give the advice here of be careful, or, you don't know what kind of dangers are out there, right? But sometimes there's uncertainty. And the greater opportunity is that somebody here outside of you is facing some uncertainty. And there's a part of you that says, well, I've been through that, so I don't want them to have the same mistake. But how will they know? How will they ever know? You have to let this person here face their uncertainty. It's probably the most loving thing you can do. Yeah. The King of Swords here. Libra, Gemini, Aquarius here. you can still be honest. You can still be authentic. You can still be assertive, but you don't have to keep rushing. You can sit, just wait. Let this person here come to you. But you don't need to offer. You just need to listen. You just be like, okay, I'm here. But I don't need to like save it. Yeah. Because the truth is this individual needs to come back and they might even say to you, not that you're going to throw it in their face, hey, collective, you were right. I didn't see that coming, but yeah, I had to go through it. Their sword is up. Your sword is down. You're being asked here to step out of this. Don't rush for this. The collective message here, and this is from Auntie, with the Taurus new moon, ask yourself what kind of life actually supports your peace instead of just feeding your adrenaline. Yeah, there's that rushing. Some of you are being invited to stop surviving and start building differently. All right. That's what I got here for you, collective. If this resonated, go ahead and hit like, comment below. Don't forget, there's always more messages on the other side. And we got one more bonus. So don't go anywhere. We got one more bonus. We aren't done yet. Have at it. Put the energy of your sign into the window. Put your energy in the sign into the window. We're on the unlocked bonus. Now, we always go a little bit deeper in the unlocked bonus. I do want to remind you guys that we have several lives this week. We will be back here on Tuesday because singles are back. So if you are single and you want to know your next love and what unfolds, well, join us on Tuesday evening at 6 p.m. Central Time. Now, for those of you who are saying, is this new love or old love? Listen, I leave it to the cards here to reset. So I just described the individual. So if that individual is someone here where you want them to come back in that sense, that's up to you. Okay. But sometimes it's just straight out new love. So I leave that open in that level. We're also going to have our earth signs revealed here of what's unfolding for Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. This is part of the all signs mid-month that gets released during the week. But you guys get the premiere this week. So make sure you stay tuned. It's not yet in the schedule. That's because it's not recorded yet. I'm recording it tomorrow. And then we'll be back here Friday for another love edition for Will They Step Up or Stay Silent? So those are all scheduled out. Make sure you set your notifications. Okay. All righty. You guys ready? Thank you to our sponsors here for Shirley, Debbie, Elizabeth, Mitzi, and Debbie again. If it wasn't for all of our sponsors, we would not be having this reading right now. So if you guys can just put a shout out and say thank you, sponsors, because, well, they unlocked this for not just them, but for you guys as well, because, well, sharing is caring. And we always give them gratitude and hope that it gets paid back to them full-fledged. Moonshower says, yes, I used to follow my son when he tried to go off to stare. Yeah, I think it's a motherly thing to do. You know, I think that makes sense. I get it. Hey there, Roger. Welcome back. Yes, and let's thank all of our moderators as well, because my moderators kick ass. Happy Mother's Day to all of you, too. For those of you who celebrate it. All right, collective, here we go. We got to roll. Let's roll. Debbie, you ready? Sagittarius. We're starting off with Saggy in the house. Oh, now we're starting strong with fire here too. We have Leo as well. Sagittarius and Leo. Capricorn is here. I don't think we got Capricorn yet. Gemini is here. Two more. Pisces is here. And Virgo is here. I don't think we got Virgo yet either. So that was a nice mix. So those are the signs that we got here. If you have them in your chart, this reading may be for you. But if you don't have them in your chart and you just want to hear the energy of it, just listen. Okay. Might be a message here for you. Here we go. Sagittarius, Leo, Capricorn, Gemini, Pisces, and Virgo energy. Thank you, Debbie. How you feeling? Man, this card just keeps coming out. The Six of Coins just keeps coming out. Getting sick of this card. I feel like you're dropping some kind of dead weight. Let's see what this is about. Yeah. I'm not saying you're being petty, but I feel like you're being petty just a little bit. But here's what I mean. You know, there's someone here who's not fair. And so you are being in this level, like, if you don't give me back, I'm not giving you back. If we're going to play this game, I'm not going to play this game. And so there's an individual here who's noticing this. You've stepped back a lot. This is for my collective here who stepped back a lot from doing a lot of different things. Yeah. But who is this? We have the Emperor here, Aries energy. This person is a micromanager to the fullest extent. This is a hard partner to deal with. If it's not their way, it's annoying. And I think you keep your comments to yourself with that Seven of Swords, but you also know that this person knows how to push your buttons. They actually feed your insecurities here. They make you doubt. And it's a manipulation, like it's a tactic. This individual does this tactics with you all the time. But there's something in particular coming up this week where this individual here is handing you something that you used to do extra. Okay. But they're wanting to see if you're going to do the extra or if you're going to do the bare minimum, because this individual here, well, they always point out that you always do the extra. And it's not pointing out like, oh, in a gratitude way. This is more of the like, it just falls on your lap way. Okay. This person breadcrumbs you. They'll give you a little bit of appreciation and then they shit on it, you know, and they just don't appreciate it at all. But there's expectations here of this individual. So this person is annoying. And I can see you being like, no, I'm not. We're going to see how you're feeling. Nine of Cups. No, you were actually, look at this smile. Look at this shit eating grin on your face this week. Okay. You're like, I don't care how selfish I look. I'm not offering them to buy them lunch this week. I'm not offering to do, I'm going to actually show moves that I'm doing because I know it annoys this individual and they're watching. So you're specific. This is where I say the pettiness comes in. You know, this person is watching you. You know, this individual is watching you and what your response is. And your response is, watch me, watch me, watch me, enjoy my life, watch me. Like, there's that energy. Yeah, because there's lack of appreciation. Why should you be the slave for this individual? It's not like they give you, it's not like they say good job or thank you. What's the integration of this with this Emperor? Oh my gosh. They're evaluating you. It looks like Hitchcock a little bit. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Well, they are watching you. They're actually, honestly, this person's a little bit impressed with some of the moves you are making this week, because it's things that you're marrying back that this person did. I think that's what you're doing. You know, they can't truly get too mad at you because this person does this like themselves, you know? How you're responding? Oh, 8 of Swords here, reverse. You're just cutting this out. You know, you're not worried about being perfect at things. You are pouring into yourself. You're caring about the time and effort you put into things that are for you or for others that people do care about you. You know, I just feel like there was this reaction before of doubting, you know, doubting this person could change. Well, now it's like, I don't care if this person changes. I've changed. I'm changing my tune. If I need to mirror back to them, if they don't care, why should I care? I'll care about the things that the people who do care. Yeah. This is a great week here to really drive into your passion projects or just take the opportunity here to build something to show that it's possible without this individual. Greater gain. 5 of Wands. I think you're stepping up as a better leader than this person. Some of you, this is very work oriented, right? You could be going into entrepreneurship, or you are just marrying back here what a good leader should be and marrying back to them of how their poor leadership is. But there's a challenge here now. Now it's like, watch me do it. So this person here is impressed with what you're doing, but also there's also this little nervousness here because now you're stepping in this person's, you know, it was all fear-based. It's almost like this person here is behind the curtain, like Wizard of Oz, and then you expose them. And, you know, the main hero here is Dorothy. But I just feel like there's just something here where you're being exposed, you know, and exposed in a sense here of like, it can be that easy to bring this back. Yeah. And this is not, I'm not seeing the devil energy as a bad energy. I'm seeing that you are super focused this week. And this proving energy or this anger energy, or even this watch me energy here could have started off with trying to get this person's attention, but it's more about doing something that you care about, doing something better. There's a different way of that you handle things in this individual. Six of Cups. Yeah. This has very much Devil Wears Prada energy. It does. But this is something here where, you know, it's a respect thing, but at the same time, like we, you know, we may work together, but I don't necessarily have to do the same way that you do things. If this is how family is handled, this is you going, listen, I love you, but I can still create space and do things in a much healthier and positive way. I don't necessarily have to project onto all of your insecurities onto me. The final message here for the unlocked bonus is this. We are still moving through the Beltane season here, which is all about fertility, which carries themes of growth, creativity, connection, passion, and tending to what we want to keep alive. This week, not everything grows because it's forced. Some things grow because they are consistently cared for, and you are caring more than this individual. All right. That's what I got here, guys. All right. Those are the messages. Thanks again for my moderators and all of the individuals here. If you want to check out Harmonia Friends community, you most certainly can jump over to my website and unlock the vault where you can get readings, teachings, a whole meditation library, and a timeless vault of endless readings. All right. I will see you guys back here on Tuesday. Take care. Thanks again.